A cup of coffee to kickstart the morning.
I gotta have coffee first.
Routine for many, but for Cleve Baker, one he refuses to take for granted.
I was probably just one shot away.
In 2015, the height of the national opioid epidemic, Cleve found himself on the steep, slippery slide of his addiction.
Dreams were lost. The ability to care and love for others was second to my addiction and drugs.
Homeless, in and out of jail, prison, and treatment centers, even overdoses. His life was destroyed.
To rebuild from that, to realize that I had esteemable qualities and I was worthwhile, that I had something to offer.
It took time and work, but he got clean, and Cleve found his esteemable qualities.
I know I'm fortunate, and I know I'm not here by mistake. I have a purpose.
Now he wakes up every morning hoping to help those who are using and addicted to find theirs.
It's a responsibility, because I very well couldn't be here today, but I'm supposed to be.
Cleve is a peer supporter in recovery services with Public Health Dayton and Montgomery County. He used to hit the streets looking for his next high. Now he hits sidewalks, steps, and porches, knocking on doors, hoping the user on the other side is ready for help.
My name is Cleve Baker. Really, my first thought is, I hope no one died of an overdose while I was sleeping. Am I gonna get somebody into treatment who desperately wants it? Am I gonna get to the hospital too late?
Over the past 2.5 years, Cleve has had many doors closed in his face, but he says he will not stop fighting to open doors for others who are struggling with addiction and mental health issues.
Very rewarding when you can meet an individual who suffered an overdose in the hospital and then get them connected with treatment, and then see that individual come out of treatment and flourish in recovery. I can't think of anything that I've done more rewarding in my life.
While cinemas across the country were closing their doors during the pandemic, many people turned to streaming services like Netflix and Disney Plus for their movie needs. Theaters like the Little Art Theater and the Neon have been trying to convince you to put down the remote and bust out that bucket of popcorn. 2 News photojournalist Spencer Newman takes us on a journey through some local theaters and shows us why they are relevant in the age of streaming.
There's just this sense of magic. People are coming for the whole experience.
It is ultimately the best way to see it. It's going to be loud, it's going to be engulfing.
I saw Barbie about 3 weeks ago in a theater with 3 other people, and I liked the film a lot. I know I would have absolutely loved it with 100 other people in the audience.
It's not just streaming, it's streaming plus pandemic.
Streaming services went through the roof. Not only did people get used to streaming services, but more and more have come around just even within the last couple years. A lot of our customers are just now trickling back to the theater.
Yep. All right, it's $18.
You're all set. Thank you.
It's about community. It's about running into your neighbors. It's about meeting new people who like the same kinds of cinema as you.
You emote together, you cry together, you laugh together.
I'm not sure if movie theaters will dominate and take over the way it used to be, but I think they'll live harmoniously, for sure.
A local pastry shop is ready to roar. Ashley's Pastry Shop in Oakwood is showing its stripes, selling cookies today that celebrate the Bengals ahead of Sunday's playoff game in Buffalo.
Hooday! Hooday! The brown and the one yellow. Hooday, hooday, hooday!
Teresa Hammonds is the owner of the pastry shop, which has been in business for 41 years. She says she loves representing Cincinnati and local teams in the form of these delicious treats.
Well, the fun of the thing is when it's a local team in for the playoffs, we have to make food and treats that represent our hometown pride.
One of their top sellers this week, a Run Sam Run cookie in honor of Sam Hubbard's fumble return touchdown last week. The shop also makes themed treats for the Dayton Flyers, Wright State, and the Reds. A former NFL player running a football camp in the community is what's working in the Miami Valley. Former New England Patriot and three-time Super Bowl champion Matt Light is running a two-day football camp. The Matt Light All-Conference Football Camp is a two-day program today and tomorrow at the Miami Valley Hospital North Stadium at Harmon Field. The event will begin at 9 a.m. and wrap up at 2 p.m. on both days. We asked Matt Light what it means to him to teach kids the game of football where he grew up.
I got to be able to come back home and teach kids, the game of football and show them the things that helped make me a better player. And over those years, to be able to see so many young kids go through this camp and take part in it. And it's all about kind of the skills that you need, the little things, but then also what they're doing right now is competing for the Light Championship. So the Light Bowl is a big part of what we do out here. And it's all about competition, really, competing, getting better, playing with people that you've never played with before from different schools and coming together to have a lot of fun.
This is the 29th year for the Matt Light Football Camp. 330 kids signed up to play.
We begin tonight here on 2 News at 10. Tonight was the 60th Christmas on Campus celebration at the University of Dayton. And once again, that event had lots of smiling faces and plenty of holiday cheer to go around. 2 News reporter Seth Bird joins us live from UD campus right next to the Christmas tree. Seth, you're soaking this in for the first time. What'd you think?
John, if you were not in the Christmas spirit before you came here tonight, you are now. From seeing this beautiful tree light up to the hundreds of kids running around with smiles, the 60th year of this event did not disappoint.
This is the sound of Dayton's Salsa project.
We've got a lot of different people, different flavors.
This is your community salsa band.
Some would describe them as a community music group.
This is just a little bit of happiness and energy that we can bring to this area.
But they do more than just create a beautiful sound.
We're the advocates for Latin music, and Latin culture.
Gerald Rosa had the idea of a salsa group and mentioned it to the members of PACO, the Puerto Rican American Caribbean organization.
We really didn't do it for everybody. We did it originally for ourselves and our community, but everybody loves it. And we're in Dayton, so we're for everybody.
Rosa began recruiting musicians, many of them being relatives.
Half of us are family.
The other half from around the world.
From Peru, from Ecuador, from Colombia, of course Puerto Rico.
The band itself mostly is from Dayton and Puerto Rico.
Salsa is defined as a type of Latin American big band dance music, but also can be described as
just happy music for happy people.
Rosa says he didn't play much salsa when he lived in Puerto Rico, but here it strikes a chord in the hearts of many Latin Americans.
Salsa is something that I have in common with people from Venezuela, with people from Cuba, people from Mexico, people from other Latin American countries that love salsa, and they are here in Dayton and Troy and Columbus and Cincinnati.
It also allows a connection for their audience to learn about and appreciate Latin culture.
This country is made of many different groups, many different cultures, and it's just they're part of us. If we don't celebrate that part of us, we're not complete. We're not whole.
Their crowd is typically split into 2 groups.
People who are music enthusiasts and people who want to dance. There are people who are just attracted by the rhythm, attracted by the sounds and the horns, or the conga in the rhythm section, and there are people who love to dance.
You don't have to know how to dance in order to sit there and have a great time or even sing along. You don't even necessarily have to know what the words mean. Trust me, they mean good stuff.
Showing how celebration, collaboration, and appreciation can create a beautiful symphony.